Now, the final principle, and there's probably 50 principles we could take from this guy's incredible life.
Yeah.
But the fifth principle is success is measured by your service, not measured by your bank account. So this is what he says. He says, it is not the style of clothes one wears, neither the kind of automobiles one drives, nor the amount of money one has in the bank that counts.
Yeah.
That means nothing. It is simply service that measures success. What does that quote mean specifically to you at this stage in your life?
Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of quote where, we could talk about it all day, and there's still a lot of people that it just won't sink in. Okay. I mean, it just is, the whole idea of success is so intricately tied with what I have. It's so, you go to a city like Los Angeles and, hey, if you don't drive a Mercedes, you're not successful. It's ingrained in the culture, and so so for some people, this is something you can't even separate the two. But, success really is about you being pleased with where you are and being pleased with what you have. If you have that, because the world can keep throwing things at you. I always like to think of it in terms of my faith. The devil always has something else to offer, right? So he can always offer something else, but that is not going to complete you. That's not. It's just going to get you to the next stage where he's got to entice you with the next bone. So you have to find peace in today. That is, it's measured by your service in what you're able. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave something behind that my children can carry on. I want to be remembered for something real, not how much money I had, because somebody else is going to take my money when I leave, or what kind of car I drove, because that car will be on the trash heap within the next few years. But by what I've left in people's lives, that's what's going to be remembered.
So what you measure success by what you're doing for people's lives. That's what to you how you measure
how I'm spending my talents. Yes, that's how I measure my success.
That's awesome. I think one thing that there's a huge principle on Thrive for anybody watching this is that every one of the Thrive mentors that we've assembled, you views business as just a vehicle.
Absolutely.
To get them from point A to point B. So as an example, if you're watching this and you own a bakery or an insurance agency or you're a sports agent or maybe you're an athlete yourself, we view our jobs as just a vehicle to get us from where we are to where we want to be and how we can help and bless other people. That's the whole idea. Because if you just collect a bunch of stuff and you die, there's no real point to it.
And business is a great vehicle. It's a great tool. Not only is it fun to do and exciting, and you learn a great deal, and you can impact people through your business. If you provide diapers or you build homes, or there's a lot of wonderful businesses that you provide a great service. But in your life, your business is just one vehicle to express your talents.
I don't expect you to answer this question if you don't want to, but I'm just going to ask because some people have different views on this question. Some people say you should share your goals with everybody, and some people say kind of keep them kind of, But if you had to measure your success at this point, because how old are you right now?
I'm 48.
48.
Yeah, 48.
So you're 48, and you're kind of, let's say, halfway there. Do you look back and say, "Wow, that was awesome," or do you look forward and say there are so many great things to come?
I'm more of a forward looker. I look at the Bible and I see Paul, and Paul says, "I count all things as lost." All things in the past, it's done. I'm past all of that. It was wonderful. It allowed me to get to where I am today, but I anxiously reach forward. I look forward to all the things that God has still for me. I just think there's a road out there. It's wide open, and there's just wonderful things. I still have something left to give, I hope. So, that's what's exciting to me. When I retired from basketball, I remember the very last day, and we won the championship in 2003. I was so excited, and I remember sitting in that press conference, and I was ready to retire. I had told people at the beginning of the year, I'm retiring at the end of the year. So this is it. This is my last run. So when the game ended, I was very excited. I thought, okay, that phase of my life is over. I'm excited. I'm moving forward. And at the press conference, one of the reporters asked me, aren't you going to be so sad now? This is gone. This is what you were, all this excitement and all of this celebration. It's all over now. Aren't you going to really miss this? And I just thought to myself, what a crazy question. I have so much to look forward to. I get to go home and be a dad to my children now. I get to watch them go off to college. I get to spend time with them and invest in their lives. I get to go be a husband now, which for the last 14 years, I see my wife every once in a while. So now I got to actually be a husband. And who knows what business things God has out for me? Who knows what's out there? What's in front of me is far more exciting. What I had, that was great. But, next year somebody else is going to win the championship. And they're going to take this trophy out of my hands. This stuff is wonderful, but it's gone. It's time to move on. And so, that to me is what is exciting, what lies ahead.
So what is your big goal for this year, Super Dave? What is the goal for this year, 2014? What are we trying to do?
Really, I'm in a phase right now where my family is at the top of my list. Mm-hmm. So my goal this year is to continue to grow in a wonderful relationship with my wife and to get my last child off to college and move to this, what they call the empty nest phase, which I'm very excited about. So that would be my biggest goal is to bless my last son, my third son, and get him off to college.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your heart. It means the world to all of us here. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Clay. Appreciate that.
Take care.